So right now I'm in the process of doing the lap joints for this corner. So all I've done is marked down a distance here, and I'm going to get rid of this section down here back to about right there on the log. And then on this side, I'm going to get rid of this top part, so whenever they sit together, this log will kind of sit on top of this log. Yep. So I'm gonna get the, oh, I need to, right now I guess I need to mark back how far I need to go on these, on both of these logs, and then get cutting and chiseling. Time to cut down some posts. I had to be kind of careful on that one because it was actually, it was leaning that direction. And I wanted it to fall that direction. But it was only a slight lean, so I just had to make sure that I had a good wedge in there so that it didn't fall the other direction. Position the tractor because I was going to run out of space and I didn't want to hit this tree and tear up the bottom of it. All right. All right, now I'm just going to, I'm not sure if I want to peel it right now or wait. I like keeping the bark, I like the idea of keeping the bark on so that it dries slower and it doesn't crack as much. And then remove the bark later after it's dried out some more. But it's also the easiest right now to remove the bark because we're mid-July right now, so the sap is still flowing in the trees. It'd be the easiest to remove it. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. Right now I'm actually going to start working on getting the tenon on this end chiseled out so that I can put it into the mortise that I finished the other day over there on that corner. Alright, I just got done leveling this this lap joint here. The top of it was a little bit uneven. This whole log is actually a little bit like that direction, or rotated that way. But I actually kind of wanted it that way so that if water ends up landing on this sill log, it'll kind of roll off that direction instead of rolling this way, which would be bad because we'd be going into the building. This level spot though, the mortise goes all the way through, so any water that gets in here, I imagine, would just seep down into the hole, maybe. Anyways, I am getting ready to try and do the first fitting of this post onto this joint here. I'm gonna use the tractor to help stabilize it, and then I'm gonna have to use some long pieces, diagonal pieces going from here to up to the post, so that and also over here probably, to keep it from falling over by whenever it's just sitting there by itself. Once the other posts and beams are all up, it doesn't matter, but that's just temporary bracing. Yeah, so I'm going to try and do that. Alright, the tractor wasn't working very well, so I decided that I would take the investment and build a tripod. So here is the makings of a tripod. And I've got a big, or a 2-ton chain hoist that I'm going to attach to the top so that I can lift that post up into place. Let's see if that works. Alright, here's my tripod I got set up with a 2-ton chain hoist there and a set of block and tackle. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that block and tackle or not. Anyways, I'm in the process of lifting up the post now. It is hot outside today. Anyways, here I go. Alright, we're getting there, but I just reached the limit of the chain hoist. Wasn't able to do it all in one go. So what I'm going to do is take another chain, tie it up to the top of the tripod and down to the log so that I can loosen the chain hoist and reattach it lower on that secondary chain, or the other chain that I've got attached to the chain hoist currently. Anyways, I'll just show you what I'll do. Alright, so now I should just be able to lower the chain hoist down, and the other chain that I have hooked onto it will become in tension. So then I can readjust the chain hoist. All right, we're back at it. Well, almost there, but I think I ran into a problem. Can you tell what the problem is? I want the post to be on the other side, because right now it's not lining up very plumb at all. I think what I'm gonna have to do is drop the whole thing and set up again? I don't know. I need to think about it a little bit more. So I discovered it's actually easier just to move the whole tripod with the post disconnected instead of just rotating the whole post around, because I gotta move that. That end would have to go all the way over there, and I'd have to be moving around and moving the tripod and everything. So yeah, I can just move the tripod. Well, it took a lot of finagling, but it's in. And keep going, raising and lowering it and shaving off bits of the tenon so that it would actually fit in the mortise. And then I realized that I didn't like, you can kind of tell, I don't know how well it shows up on here, but the post is a little bit curved, which is alright. But I had it curving the other direction. You can see it's kind of curved that direction now. But I had it curving the other way the first time. And didn't really like that because it was going to make the inside of the house be a little bit smaller. So I figured I'd have it curve the other direction because it kind of curves out and then back in near the top. So maybe it would make the second story be a little bit smaller, but the first story will be a little bit bigger, I think. I don't know, it goes pretty much straight up from here. I can't really figure it out. But I decided I'd flip it around. Anyways. So now I just gotta do another one. Well, I guess first I need to brace this so that I can take the tripod down and do another one. Alright, so there's gonna be a post there. Right around there. Right around over there. And there's also gonna be one over here in the inside of the perimeter. So what I decided I'm going to do for this post, since there's not a foundation rubble trench there, I'm just going to go find a big stone or rock or whatever and put it there so that I can lay the post right on top of. Alright, I think I found 3 pretty good solid candidates. I think this guy right here is pretty good. I could even bury it in the ground a little bit. That might, I didn't even think of that. That's a possibility. And this guy right here. And this guy right here. is another maybe. He's a lot bigger than the other two, but that's okay. Actually, I want it as big as I can manage, just because the bigger the surface area on the bottom, the more dispersion of the weight of the post will happen into the ground. So less likelihood of sinkage. Yeah. So these all are sort of around the what I call the rock quarry. This hillside collapsed at one point. That's where I got all the rocks for my rebel trench. So I imagine that in the past this would have been done with a team of horses or oxen or something, but today I've got my steel horse. So go ahead and put it in. Alright, that should do. As I was bringing this down, it really doesn't feel like it's too terribly heavy. I feel like I could have done it myself if I had something like a wagon or a sled or something. There's another way that possibly did it back then too. Alright, almost done with the mortise for the second post. Trying something a little bit different with this one. I'm not going to go all the way through to the other side of this board. The last mortise I did, whenever I went all the way through, I ended up busting out a piece of the other side because I didn't have proper support on the side underneath. So on this one instead, in order to let water drain out, I think what I'm going to do is just drill a hole, like in the corner of one of these or something, going out to the other side. So that'll let the water drain out. Also, here's my super fancy, got flies everywhere around here, my super fancy porta-shade device. Just an umbrella strapped to a sawhorse. But that really helps out with the sun beating down so you can work midday. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and drill that hole. Hard part is I can't tell if I'm through the other side or not yet, unless I dig out underneath this board. I'm through. I can see daylight on the other side. I'll give you a look. Just need to clean it out a little bit now, I think, and that should be good to go. Alright, second post is in the sill plate. Starting to actually look kind of like a structure. Getting there.